Nais niyo po bang ipaalam ko kay Maria Clara tungkol sa pagdating ninyo?
No. De momento, no. Ayokong mag-alala siya sa akin at makita niya ako sa ganitong ayos.
Naghanap na ng paraan niya para makausap si Maria Clara eh. What the hell?
Padre.
Muntikan ko na malawa yung kape ko, ha? Pakita na naman tong salvahe na to. Hey guys. The name is Jasper. And welcome back to another reaction video. So I'm canceling after shows for this show right here. Instead, ito na gagawin ko, ha. Sa mga hindi nanonood ng after show, that is where I read your comments from the entire week's episodes. And babasahin ko sila in live form, in video form, and nilalabas ko yun every Sunday. That's what after shows are. Para makapag-reply ako sa mga comments niyo. Instead, this is what I'm going to do. Every day, I'm going to divide each reaction video in 3 sections. The first section is going to be the comment replies. The second section is going to be the reaction itself. And the third sections are my thoughts and opinions about the episode itself. So, i-dedicate natin ang first part of this video, just reading your comments from episode 36. So let's just start with this one. I replied to some, I believe. So this is episode 36 right here. Basahin ko sila. Tira natin kung gaano ka-accurate yung mga comments niyo pagdating on the latest episode. Okay. So nag-comment si Jonathan Suarez. Walang audio. Baka nakamute lang po yung mic nyo. Or I mean yung speaker nyo. Dahil I'm pretty sure yung iba dito ng mga nakanood na may narinig sila. Okay. And I think sometimes kapag masyadong maaga kapag sobrang aga mo sa panonood, I think hindi pa yata napaprocess yung audio ng isang YouTube video. So I think after 1 minute na upload ko ba, biglang pumasok at nakita mo. So sorry about that, Jonathan. Pero yeah, everything is working so far. Hello. I replied to your comment on the reaction video for episode ang susunod 37. Okay, i-reply ko sa yan lahat. Pati ito yung lilip kong comment. Okay. Okay, next one. Ang nag-comment si Aldwin Rondina. With all due respect, I didn't find the sound engineering in Elias C with Damaso off. Even with the other scenes in the series, I've watched every episode on TV, and so far, there have been no dubbed scenes or uneven sounds. You must be too meticulous about it. You have to reconsider the camera angles. The sound has to be authentic when somebody's speaking from afar or near the camera. It's way more off if they dub dialogues to make them sound even. Elias' audio was consistent, same as Damaso's. Thanks for leaving that in, Aldwin. Pero I already left a comment here. Pero I'm going to reply to you to your comment again in video form. It's awesome na wala ka napansing parang mali sa audio on this episode or even on the other episodes. That's good for you. Pero at the same time, napod mo siya sa TV. TV speakers has a different way of, depende sa TV mo, of giving sounds, diba? Ako, I'm using a headphone. So, lahat ng mga maliliit na bagay naririnig ko. And, I've trained my ears enough to know that there might be a slight difference when it comes to the audio. And yun na napansin ko, like literally, if I just replayed that scene, I will hear the audio differences. And sinabi ko din sa comment ko na napansin ko yung mga ganong audio problems in the previous episodes throughout the entire show. The first time na na-experience ko yun ay during maybe the episode 1 and episode 2. It was kind of off. I criticize it because I have to, because this is an honest reaction to whatever I'm watching. Even though I love Clara Ibarra, I still have to not sugarcoat stuff, diba? If I notice something wrong, i-mention ko yun. Kasi that's the point of honest reactions. Pero, teleserye to, kailangan, they are like very busy with other stuff. And, napansin ko yung ganitong audio problem throughout the entire series from time to time. Hindi lagi, from time to time. Okay? Maybe 10% of the time na may napapansin ng audio problem, pero hindi ko yun minimension on the other episodes kasi I'm giving them the pass. So that's the thing. And sound is very hard to handle whenever you're shooting on location. And pagdating naman sa camera angles and stuff, pagdating sa filmmaking, you are using a different microphone compared to the built-in microphone sa camera mismo. So even though yung camera angle ay nasa baba, nasa taas or something like that, laging merong other separate microphone na either nasa boomstick sa taas, or maybe suit ng mga characters, nakatago yung microphone na yun. So, it doesn't matter kung anong camera angle yun. Diba? It's not an excuse to have some bad sound editing. And, yeah, yun ang napansin ko. But if it worked for you, it worked for you. And madaming factors yun, diba? Madaming factors yun. Might be because, yung sa TV ko. Ako na sa headphone, like, literal narinig ko yung mga malilit na bagay na yun. Pero yeah, I also said but whatever problem that I experienced with the sounds, it didn't mess my entire experience with the LES scene with Padre Damaso. So, thank you for writing that in, Aldwin. Isunod naman ni Darwin Dagaraga. Maraming salamat, sir. No, maraming salamat sa iyo, Darwin. Thank you for leaving that comment. Okay, so naman Julius Christopher. Isa ito sa episode na napakasiksik. Yay! You know what? You're right. Napakasiksik nga. Clara for fighting her point of view. Fidel being savage for a split of seconds. Ang paglabas ni Elias. Ang unti-unti pagbabago ni Mada Clara. Balikan ko lang comment ko before about how comfort zone could potentially kill you. Nag-reflect na yon kay Mada Clara, realizing that she is in a cage. And in that cage, she became comfortable. And once ma-shake ang cage na yon at makalabas siya, for sure mahihirapan siya. Basta wanted to realizing that she is in the cage, and in the cage she became comfortable. And once ma-shaking cage siya, makalabas siya, for sure mahihirapan siya. Okay, yeah, that's true. You mentioned cultivation theory in your Mikai after show episode 4. Yes, I agree that Maria Clara was cultivated the way she is because of her consistent exposure of the social norms set by Spaniards. And we all know na ang impact ng cultivation is long-term. In fact, kahit sa generation natin ngayon ay very visible pa rin ito. Malaki ang impluensya na naiwan sa atin ng Spain. And I am glad that for this episode again we see Maria Clara in different light. She is now developing a revolutionary heart. Okay? She is slowly going out of her comfort zones. Example ay ang pag-defend niya kay Clay, saying pag nilayan natin ang kanyang mga nasambit. Yeah, that's true. And that conversation with Ibarra being her I as nasa ibaba. The $1 million question here is, will she brave enough to take a huge step and finally go out of the shell? Thank you for mentioning that theory sa after show mo. We'll see. Powerful lines. Bakit tinawag na pagpapakasal ang pag-iisang dibdib kung ang isa ay nasa ibabaw at ako ang nasa ilalim? Paano kita iyakapin kung ako lamang ay nagmamahal sa'yo? Yes, correct ka. Sa scary ang tawaging witch during that time kasi pag pinaghinalaan ka ng witch, meaning kalaban ka ng simbahan, wag naman sana Clay na umabot ka sa eksena na maladasali witch trials, yep. Uwi ka na be, baka masunog ka dyan. Dabagan. Diyos ko, ang pagkikita ni Padre Salvaje at Clay. Yeah, very insightful comment, Julius. And you know, about sa cage part, yeah, talagang mahirapan na talaga siya. You know, like, once you've been like really been molded by cultivation, di ba? Mahirap nang makalaya doon. It's like, you know, kapag sinani mo sarili mo sa paninigarilyo, mahirapan ka nang lumabas sa ganung habit. It's going to take more years. Oh. Hey Google, stop. It's going to take more years para lang may tanggal mo yung habit na yon. It's the same thing with eating food and those other stuff. Pero ang mas malala dito, dala-dala ito ni Maria Clara since sa childhood niya, diba? And, you know, that's going to be really hard for her. Pero let's sagutin natin, is she brave enough to take a huge step and finally go out of the shell? We'll see. Kasi itong show na to, she's different from the Maria Clara sa libro, diba? And at the same time, ang memory ko about kay Maria Clara sa libro ay 20% na lang. The rest, di ko na alam kung ano mga pinagagawa ni Maria Clara. I have some knowledge na kung ano mga ginawa niya sa libro na yon, like some small knowledge. Pero given na ginawa yung writers, literal na sinulat nila yung gesture na parang nakakulong ka sa isang kulungan, then hey, eventually that message right there will come back to probably haunt her in the future episodes, diba? So it will be really curious to see how Maria Clara is going to evolve throughout the entire series. So that is something that we can look up to. Okay, thank you so much for writing that in, Julius. As always, very insightful comments. Isunod naman na hindi love, ang intense. Yeah, that's true. Ang intense, like, whew. And thank you for writing that in. Talagang gaya nga nasabi ni Julius, diba? Napakasiksik ng episode. Like, that is something that I wasn't expecting. So, it was a treat watching the entire episode. Isunod naman ni John Evans. Nakakilabot tong episode na to. Yeah, totoo. Dami nangyari. Hindi lang yung kay Captain Basilio na issue. Pumasok na si Elias. Yung conversations ni Maria Clara pati ni Clay. Pati ni Maria Clara at ni Ibarra. For right now, up to this episode, ito na yung probably Maria Clara's lowest point of her story pagdating sa ano pa nakikita natin ngayon, diba? She's at her lowest point. And, you know, after this episode, she will be a little more different of a Maria Clara. So, tira natin. Okay, sunod naman ni Mars Ailey. Alam nyo kung ano ang mas masakit? Yung kahit ano pang gawin ni Clay, the drama will still end the same way as the books. Yeah, that is true. And gusto ko lang pala gusto ko lang i-remind sa inyo guys, my spoiler. There will be like book spoilers whenever I read the comment section, so be warned. And yeah, that's the sad part about it. So naman ni Grace Duarte, I don't think so. Cla is now part of the story, so we don't know what is going to happen next. Nabanggit ni Mr. Torres na part na si Clay ng kwento at ano magiging papel niya. So let's wait and trust the writers. And Mars Ailey wrote in, the writers made it clear na they will stick to the book and the story, which is alam na natin kung ano. Yeah. Ganito yan kakampihin ko kayo yung dalawa dito. Okay? I'm on the side na kung ano sinabi ng writers, doon ako. Okay? Kung sinabi ng writers na kung ano mangyari sa show na to ay the same thing kung paano mag-end yung libro, okay, maniniwala ako doon. That's true. Okay? Pero I wouldn't be surprised na writers can also lie in the public, diba? Ito kasi yan it happened several times in Hollywood. Kung nanood ka ng Star Trek, diba nanood ka ng Star Trek, ito ang magandang example. Every time tinatanong nila si Tom Holland sa Spider-Man No Way Home, yung ipapalabas na, tinatanong na, uy, makikita niyo ba si ito na lang, si Andrew Garfield. Yung pinapalabas yung trailer ng Spider-Man No Way Home, diba? Tinatanong nila sa Andrew Garfield, uy, lalabas ka ba sa bagong Spider-Man? Pabalik ka ba bilang Spider-Man ulit? Sinasabi lagi ni Andrew Garfield, no, di ko alam, wala akong alam. Hindi ako tinatawagan ng Marvel. Wala ako sa movie. Tapos to the point na naging frustrated na siya sa mga interviews. Kasi he got several interviews na he got the same questions and laging sinasabi na rin niya, tinan natin kung nandun ako sa bagong movie na yun. Right? They can lie because, they can to surprise us, diba? Because you're all sometimes those kinds of questions, interview questions are on the spot. So suddenly mapapaisip ka rin pwede mong isagot sa tanong na yun, diba? Pero again, kung gusto ni Grace Duarte maniwala na baka magbago talaga yung story No Limit Angere, then I'm fine with that. Okay? Again, sinabi ko din, iba yung Maria Clara at Ibarra sa No Limit Angere. I might said na yung Maria Clara at Ibarra is the superior version of No Limit Angere, pero again, this is Maria Clara at Ibarra. This is its own kind of story, di ba? Hindi naman tawag sa show na to No Limit Angere, the show or something like that. It's Maria Clara at Ibarra, which means there will be some differences. One difference is that we have a Gen Z inside the No Limit Angere world. Diba? So, if ever they're going to change the story, I also trust the writers. Gaya na sabi ni Grace, I trust the writers. Kung we are going to follow the No Limit Angere story, then that's awesome. Hindi nagsinungaling yung writer mismo. So, again, we will just wait and see. So, thank you for writing that in, you guys. Okay, isunod naman ni Earl. One of the best episodes para sa akin to. Yeah, I think this is also one of the best episodes for me. At least, probably sa top 5 ko. And, that is saying a lot. It means na they are doing the right, this show is doing really well to keep our attention. Diba? Isunod naman ni Antonio San Juan. Sang-ayon ako. Isa sa pinakamagandang epeligo ito. Siksik sa salita at emotion. Baliwag, Bulacan. Yeah, that's true. Madami nangyari sa episode na to. Hindi mo talaga masasabing isa siyang filler. Kasi ang daming story points ang na-introduce dito. And at the same time, madaming pwedeng maging causes to in the future episodes, diba? I think I said it in the previous video na there will be consequences. sa kung ano na ginawa ni Clyde. And we are now seeing that on episode 36. Thank you for writing that in. Isunod naman ni Mika O. Hindi mo kasalanan, Clyde. Huwag mong ituon ang sisi sa iyong sarili. Kinakailangan mo lang ihanda ang iyong puso sa mga magiging reaction nila sapagkat iba pa ang takbo ng panahon noon. Masasaktan ka talaga sapagkat sarado pa ang kanilang isip sa pagtayo ng sariling karapatan. Pag naalala ko ang love story nila Ibarra at Maria Clara, sana hanggang dulo ay happy. Bagay na bagay sila, sana dumating ang pagkakataon na magsusuot siya ng damit pangkasal. Sana. Noong unang napanood ko itong episode na ito, sa dami ring nangyari, hindi ko masyadong naintindihan ang mga detalye. Pero salamat Kuya Jasper dahil noong pinanood ko yung honest reaction mo, napaliwanag pa sa akin ang mga bagay-bagay na maayos. Thank you so much, Mika O, for writing that in. And yeah, that's the point of these discussions, yung mga thoughts and opinions ko, so that, just in case that you guys might miss something about the episode, hopefully at least I'll be able to tell you guys kung ano yung na-miss nyo. At the same time, that's why you guys leave comments para masabihan nyo ako kung ano yung na-miss ko sa mga episodes na to. So we're just sharing knowledge, right? It feels like, high school again. Pinapag-usapan natin yung mga kabanata sa No Limitangere, and then we just have this school discussion. We're just exchanging information, and this is one of the fun parts of watching the show itself. And every day, laging nagpa-process ng utak natin para tayo mga high school students ulit. And hindi kasalanan ni Clay. She can't blame herself kung ayaw nila makinig sa kanila. Kung ayaw makinig ng mga tao sa kanya. Kasi nga, it's true, sarado yung puso nila, sarado din ang isip nila. And at the same time, we can't also blame those people kasi, they were born in a time na ganun talaga yung societal norm. But hey, it is what it is, diba? At ang reply naman ng isa na si Grace Duarte, hindi po malabong mangyari yon. Si Clay ay parte na ng kwento at napapansin na natin na unti-unting ang pagbabago ni Maria Clara. Yeah. Let's hold on and let's hope na hindi tayo iiyak sa dulo dahil sa sakit, kung dahil sa saya na kahit sa kwentong to magkakaroon ng happy ending. Si Ibarra at Maria Clara. Last night episode is such a roller coaster. Grabe ang galing nilang lahat, especially the Clay and Maria Clara scene, and also Maria Clara and Ibarra. And yeah, that's true. Duarte. Ako yung taong I'm a person na if you give me a show or a movie that has bad ending in a way na parang sinadya talaga yun ng narrative para masaktan tayo. And if it has a good ending, yung may happy ending, those things can work for me. It just depends on the execution, diba? On how they told the story. And Grace, it's good na you are very optimistic about the show. It really means na you really, really care about the characters, which is very important whenever two of the three main characters of the show are very close to you. And it shows na Grace, mahal mo sina Maria, Clara, at Ibarra. So that's good. And hey, I am sharing your optimism and hopefully happy ending nga, diba? And wait, we'll just see whether they're going to follow the books, which has ayaw ko na mag-spoil whether they're going to follow the books or whether they're going to make some changes here to the show itself. So thank you for writing that in, Grace and Mika. Isunod naman ni MJ Tandingan. Natawa ko kay Fidel. Sibuling pa insulto ang sinabi niya kay Kapitan. Yeah, that's true. Fidel. Naalala ko may sinabi siyang parang parang insulto or something like that. Pero nalimutan ko na exactly kung ano sinabi niya. Pero yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Si Fidel talaga is a guy na, ano ba yung, mischievous ba? Yun ba yung tamang term? But yeah, um, Fidel is a fun character to play around with. Pagdating sa show na to. Since he is a new character, you can do a lot of things with him within the boundaries of the show. So, again, I'm curious to see how the writers are going to make his story more interesting. Okay, thank you for writing that in, MJ. Solid Kapuso latest updates wrote in. One of the most intense episodes of Mikai so far. Grabe ang aktingan ng lahat ng cast. The Elias scene was a nice introduction to his character. I 100% agree. Yung banto ni Clay at yung silence ni Clarita ang lakas ng impact sa akin. Especially that Rejas line. As much as Clay wanted to help and fit in the people in the story, some people are still finding it hard to understand her kasi it contradicts the traditional learnings. Exactly. Women at the time have lesser stand in the society. Sinasabi rin daw na that flashback scene of Padre Damaso raping someone was Doña Pia, which may be true or not. May question din po by some people na Clara has gone too far with the feminist arguments. Ano po ang palagay niyo, sir? Okay. Thank you for writing that in. I'm sorry Kapuso latest updates. And yeah, nalimutan ko i-mention about yung that scene of Padre Damaso inside the bedroom. Kung hindi nakakamali, si Doña Pia ay, again guys, book spoilers. Again, warning, book spoilers are coming in. Pero Doña Pia, spoiler, Doña Pia is Maria Clara's mother. Okay? It's Maria Clara's mother. And yes, basta yun ang nangyari Yun ang muna ako, nanay ni Maria Clara yun. Yung nasa bedroom, kasama ni Padre Damaso. Okay? Yun lang muna, doon lang muna ako. But you know, I'm to the part na it might be true na yun talaga si Doña Pia. Kasi hindi naman nila ipapakita yun yung flashback na yun kung hindi si Doña Pia yun 'di ba? We do know na yung mga pare during this time ay mga demonyo at well, hindi lahat 'di ba? Hindi lahat. Nandiyan yung mga gombursa. Gombursa, they're in my happy list. Padre Damaso, Padre Salvi, they're in my naughty list. Okay? Alam natin na, may mga paring mga rapists during that time, which is difficult to think about. Pero it's true. That's history. The show itself can show Padre Damaso doing that thing. And that might be a different person, Pero, it's also like, I don't know, like a waste of use of an actress. So, if ever you're going to show Padre Damaso doing that kind of act, then why not just show Doña Pia herself? Kasi it's going to send the same message anyways, diba? Na ganun pare si Padre Damaso. So, naniniwala ko na si Doña Pia yun ang nanay ni Maria Clara. Okay. So, sa question naman sa baba, she has gone too far to feminist arguments. Okay, ganito yan Sa atin, sa atin, at least, yeah, she might have gone too far. But because we have seen her doing those arguments for many times already, right? But within the context of the story, only a few people heard her arguments about feminism. Only a few people heard. And within the context of that scene, nabigla din si Maria Clara because, she has to step in. She has to step in, di ba? And ginastify din ni Maria Clara. Again, we're talking about Clay. Clay. Clay has to step in. Kasi alam niyang, mali yung mga pinagsasabi ng mga kalalakihan doon eh. And ginastify ni Clay yun on the scene na magkasama si Clay para si Maria Clara out, sa labas ng bahay, diba? Kasi sabi nga ni Clay, ayaw niyang masanay siya na ganun ang tingin ng mga tao sa kababaihan. Ayaw niyang masanay. Okay? Due to the fact na kaya niya nilalaban yung mga kalalakihan sa buhay niya doon sa real world kasi ayaw din niya masanay na ganun yung sitwasyon, di ba? It's the same thing here. Ayaw man niya masanay para sa kanya, pero it's also saying na ayaw niya masanay na ganun na lang yung tatanggapin ng mga kababaihan during that time na women are nothing but people who are born to be housewives for men, na dapat they should just serve men. Ayaw niya masanay yon para sa mga kababaihan around this time. So, yun lang yung opinion ko doon. Again, her actions are justifiable and we do know it has been already implied several times na isa nga siyang masahol na hayop. Alam ng mga writers na she can be like very pushy. But for me, that's what makes her character great. Kasi she can stand up to herself and at the same time, we know why she say stuff like that. Okay? So that's only my opinion about it. Thank you for writing that in. Solid ko po sa latest updates. Derek John Barcelo. One of the best episodes. From Clyde's frustrations to Maria Clara's innocence and silence, talagang very emotional. And that scene of Elias is a top-notch. Nice reaction, by the way. Keep them coming. Thank you so much, Derek, for writing that in. I love doing these reactions. And yeah, you're right. This is a very good episode. A lot of things to talk about. And yeah, that Elias scene is easily one of the best scenes in this show. I think ang number one para sa akin ay yung scene na nasa confession booth si Padre Salvi pati si Clay. That's still number one for me. The amount of cinematic there's cinema, yun naman sabi ko. May pagka-cinema yung scene na yon. The lighting, the emotions, and even the dialogue. It was a very intense scene. And that's still number one para sa akin. Pero itong scene with Elias is really in my top 5. Alright, thank you for writing that in. Fed says, intense Monday po. Grabe yung intense ng episode. Diyos ko. Kakagigil yung asawa ni Don Basilio. Diyos mio. Wala na nga utang na loob. Mapanghusga pa. Dama mo ang galit, inis, yung halong-halong emotion ni Clay. Galing ng dalawang Maria Clara sa scene na yun. Thank you for writing that in, Feds. And yeah, sinabi ko nga sa episode na yung asawa ni Kapitan Basilio, she is probably the most hated woman so far sa show na to. And look, other people will simply perceive Clay's actions differently, diba? Kasi one thing is that within the context of the story and of the setting, they haven't seen that kind of act before. Kaya sinabihan niyang witch si Clay. Pero kapag tinulungan ka na, if you save someone from death, then I don't know. I think you should just give them the pass. But we've seen that trope in other shows and in other movies. Now, whenever the hero did something magical, the the people around them, the spectators, will see that act to be very strange and to be very weird. Kaya either parang lumayo sila sa main character because of that act. We've seen that kind of trope before, di ba? And this scene mirrors that trope exactly. Um, and Clay, assuming Clay doesn't know about history, syempre mabibigla din siya na masabihan siyang isa siyang witch, di ba? Kasi hindi niya alam yung context ng paniniwala ng mga tao during that time. Kung ako, si Clay at ginawa ko yun, niligtas ko si Kapitan Basilio, sinabayan akong witch kapag ako yung babae, matatawa na lang ako. Kasi alam ko yung context. Pero at the same time, I will be really afraid for my life kasi nakatakot kapag tinawagan kang witch around this time. Bad things can come to you and, people might just group together and might just kill you. And something like that. But yeah, thanks for writing that in, Feds. Isunod naman ni Ryan Batalyer. Wala kang mararating, Maria Clara. Purong Tagalog po yan para maintindihan mo. Goosebumps sa mga lines ni Clay. Galing. Yeah, that is an amazing line. And we can see Clay's Clay's identity sa part na to. Yung purong Tagalog. Kasi for some part of me, when I heard na sinabi niya ito, parang hindi siya seryoso but more like sinasabi yun as a joke. I don't know. That's how it came to me. Pero yeah, goosebumps. It means na talaga. Mana Clara, please, dapat intindi mo yung mga pinagsasabi ko. Diba? Sana magising ka sa katotohanan at sana try to put your shoes into mine. And yeah, hey, effort kay Clay for speaking Tagalog fluently during that scene. You did everything, even the gestures and stuff. But yeah, tignan natin kung paano ma-influensyan si Maria Clara after that line right here. We are seeing hints, but we might see more in the coming episodes. So that is section 1. I was able to read all of your comments. And now let's react to the episode itself. Hey guys, meron po isang comment na pahabol and I think na-comment siya while I was reading others comment. Okay, sunod naman ni Merrick A about doon sa sound. True, itong reaction lang na ito ang nagsabi about the sound. The production will not let it happen before they air the episode and this was shot months ago. Okay, ganito yan na. Itong reaction lang nag-mention ito kasi yun ang napansin ko. Okay? Just like I said, honest reactions. Probably sa lahat ng mga reactors dyan, ako yung pinaka-strict. Like, super strict. Kasi that's my thing eh. Every time I'm watching something, I will try to look for any kind of flaws. Alright? That's my thing. Honest reaction. At the same time, if you guys have seen my other reactions, I also praise for the stuff that the cast and crew does. 95% of the time, lagi kong pinipraise yung show na to. Okay? This is just maliit na percentage lang to na kinikriticize ko yung show. I criticize the sound before and I also criticize about the use of flashbacks. So far, yun na yung dalawang criticism ko about sa show na to. Okay? But again, nangyari yung mga flashback several times, nangyari yung mga sound problems several times, binigyan ko pa rin ng pass. Binigyan ko pa rin ng pass. And the production will not let it happen. This is the thing. Yung mga sinushoot na to, it's being planned like months ago, di ba? It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of money to reshoot a scene and to record the sound recordings and stuff. Okay? They don't have an infinite amount of money. Napansin ko dito sa Cine Elias, kaya yung mga sound na yon, they put themselves in the corner, 'di ba? Napansin nila na may problema sa sound, so they tried fixing it with via post production and via a sound editing software. Marinig mo yun eh, marinig mo yung mga cuts eh. It was jumping around eh. You can replay that scene, wear a headphone, and you guys will hear it, right? But yeah, and yeah, it was shot. It was like shot months ago, diba? Pero if you can't fix something, you just have to move on and focus on the future episodes because you guys are following a schedule. Ganun kahirap ang filmmaking. Sobrang matrabaho yung ganitong stuff na to. Okay? Pero thank you for writing that in, Mary A. I just, again, lagi ko lang tong sinasabi. Kasi, there's nothing wrong about criticizing stuff. Kasi parang it feels like na parang kumakain ako ng pagkain, diba? And alam mo yung sa kanin, yung parang merong kanin na hindi nabalatan, yung parang may nakabalot sa isang bigas na parang kahoy. Ano ba yun? Tanggalin ko ganun. Parang ganun yun. Parang ganun yun para sa akin ito. Masarap man yung kain ko, pero meron itong isang maliit na bagay na nakita ko lang, napansin ko lang. Nagpagulo sa experience ko a little bit. Tinanggal ko, but I move on. And I continued praising this episode itself. I just wanted that to be like really clear. And again, I am very strict. Like super, super strict. Bilang isang viewer. Pero, I only criticized this show a few times. Like, a few times. That means that this show is really, really going well for me. Ilang beses ko sinabi na mahal ko tong show na to. And several times I've been impressed. Okay? And I think that's the weakest part of the show para sa akin, yung the sound thing. Napapansin ko yun in other episodes pero ini-ignore ko lang. But for me, the best part of the show is simply the cinematography and the framing that they do. Yun ang the best sa akin. Second is probably the performance. Third is going to be the writing. But yeah, let's just watch this new episode right here. In 3, 2, 1. Yan siguro yung yung libro ni Padre Salvi, ni Padre Salvaje. Kung hindi yan libro niya, yan Biblia yata yan.
May Clarita, bakit wala ka sa silid mo?
Hindi ho ako makatulog, tiya.
Samantala yun ang gulo kanina, kanina pa mahimbing.
Marahil ay nagpapahinga na ho si Clay. Kaya hindi ko na ho siya inistorbo.
Ano ba yung binabasa mo?
El Conde de Montecristo ni Alexandre Dumas.
Bakit mo binabasa yan?
Nabanggit ko kasi sa akin ni Crisostomo na isa raw ito sa mga paborito niyang libro. Kaya naisip ko na basahin. At may kopya na to si Papa.
Okay?
Napaisip ko kasi ako sa sinabi ni Clay na maganda raw ako na nakakapagbasa ng mga iba pa bukod sa mga relihiyosong libro.
Interesting. Okay, that's a nice
Talaga
thing to
bang
know.
pinapasakit mo ang ulo ko? Ha? Dapat siguro palayasan na natin yung babaeng yan.
Tiyo,
By the way, I'm writing notes.
Dahil hindi siya magandang halimbawa para sa'yo. At kanina muntik niya nang sirain ang karangalan ng ating pamilya sa kanyang ginawa.
Ngunit nais ko siya maging kaibigan.
Wow.
Ano bang nangyayari sa'yo? Alam mo, natatakot ako. Baka may lumihis ka sa maling daan.
Hindi ko, Tiyo. Pangako.
Ano na lang sasabihin sa'yo ng papa mo, ng ninong mo?
Tiya, pakiusap po. Huwag niyo na lamang ho kayo sumbong sa kanila.
Tigilan mo na yan, ha? Lalasunin niya lang ang isip mo. Huwag ka nga makikinig dyan sa tukayo mo na nagdudunong-dunungan. Hindi tayo ganong uri ng babae. Matulog ka na.
Oh, wow. May inedit sila dyan, ah.
Sinasabi ko ng walang magandang may idudulot ang eskwela ni Ibarra. At sa inyo pa rin nanunuluyan ang kampon niyang siklay matapos ang nangyari kagabi sa hapunan? Bueno, nais kong makilala ang sinasabi mong siklay nang maturuan ko ng leksyon.
May kailangan pa ho ba kayo, Padre? Tumakas lang ho kasi ako. Hinahanap na po ako sa amin.
Sige na, umalis ka na.
Wala pa rin po akong balita tungkol kay Padre Damaso.
Dapat nandito na siya. Nakapagtataka.
Amoy ihi na yun.
Tila siya ang kriyada ni na Senyora Isabel na mangkukulam raw. Halina kayo at baka tayo'y makulam din.
Man, when was the last time na ginawa ko yun sa simbahan? Yung magsindi ng kandila. Elementary pa kaya ako nun.
Bumalik ka pa.
Grabe naman, Lord. Daig pa ang social media sa pagkalat ng fake news dito, no? Lord, alam ko naman po na hindi ako nandito para baguhin ang events ng nobelang to. Alam kong nandito ako para manood lang at matuto. Sabi nga ni Mr. Torres, di ba? Kailangan ko lang tapusin ang kwentong to nang makauwi na ako sa amin. So please, Lord, grant me patience. Tulungan niyo po ako na huwag magbida-bida. Dahil nadadamay na po mga bida sa kwentong to. Ay, Diyos ko. Si Maria Clara. Kaya Lord, ha, tulungan mo ko. I-lead mo ko sa tamang daan. Laylo mo na. Baka imbis na makaalis ako dito, garote ang bagsak ko dahil sa bida-bidang bibig ko.
That's true.
Ay! Sorry
Siguro sasabihin niya, familiar yung boses mo ah. Parang narinig ko na yung boses mo before ah.
Nagkakilala na ba tayo noon? Pamilyar ang iyong tinig.
Yeah, sabi namin.
Pinatay ba siya? Alam kong patay na siya. At sigurado akong may kinalaman ka, Padre.
Hindi pa ho.
Estás sigura? Nakakatiyak ka?
Opo, Padre. Hindi po ako taga dito.
Bueno. Anong ginagawa mo dito sa San Diego? Sino ang kakilala mo?
Buenos dias, Padre.
Mauna na po ako.
Renato.
Nako, papaspay na naman ito.
Ang babaeng yun?
Sino po, Padre?
Ang aking kausap. Nakapagtataka ang kanyang mga kilos.
Pasensya na, Padre. Hindi ko nasilayan ang kanyang mukha.
Makikita ulit sila
Padre, mukhang
someday.
nariyan na po sila.
Oh, sino naman to?
Padre,
Ah, si ano?
¿qué le ocurrió? Está sangrando.
Aquel canalla me asaltó, me insultó.
¿Pero quién ha sido, padre?
Nos interceptaron en el camino. Ay,
¿Cómo? ¿Qué le pasó? Padre, ¿qué le pasó?
hablamos dentro. Es posible que pierda el control aquí.
Ah, bueno, vamos, ayúdale.
Mapanghi yan. Paligo nyo muna, paliguan nyo muna.
Clay? Sabi mo, laylo muna, di ba? Kung sino namang nakakabangka mo eh. Ay,
Yan na naman, si Elias.
Ingat ka, Binibini.
Pamanhin mo.
Okay, never mind. Yun pala. Okay, kala ko kilala niya. Sinabi lang na mag-ingat kasi nabangga niya. Okay. Okay, Clive. Bagong kabanata para sa'yo.
Makakasakit ka na.
Ano ho ba ang nangyari sa inyo? ¿Qué le pasó?
No te lo vas a creer. Sinalubong ako ng mga tulisanes.
Tulisanes.
Sí, aquel demonyo me atacó de repente.
¡Qué barbaridad! Pero ¿por qué? Sa anong kadahilanan?
Ah! Sinvergüenza! Talaga bang nananadya kayong mga India? Gusto niyo ko saktan? O yato! Bakit ganyan ang tingin mo sa akin, ha? Hoy, Indio! Mírame! Gusto mong nakikita mo sa mukha ko, ha? Siguro, alam mo kung sino ang gumawa sa akin ito, no? Ha?
Padre, sila'y hamak na utusan lamang ng simbahan. Nasasaktan na ho sila.
Ha?
Oo naman, makadepend.
Natutong umangal sa akin. Kayong mga Indio, pare-pareho kayo. Masaling lang kayo ng konti kung makaasta kayo para bang sasakmalin nyo na ang kamay ng Diyos na nagpapalamon sa inyo. Kanya kayo, isang tambak kayong mga mangmang! Estupidos! At dapat kayong manatiling mangmang para magtino kayo. Tontos!
Padre, kalmese. Por favor, naisumbong niyo po ba sa mga otoridades ang isinapit niyo?
En serio? Padre Salvi, talaga bang ikaw ay sugo ng Diyos? Kayas de verdad. Sa ayos kong ito, sa tingin mo, makakapunta pa ako at makakapagsumbong?
Perdóname, Padre. Ipag-uutos ko insigida na may pumunta sa kwartel upang tugisin ang barbarong lumapastangan sa inyo. Por cierto, nais niyo po bang ipaalam ko kay Maria Clara tungkol sa pagdating ninyo?
No. De momento, no. Ayokong mag-alala siya sa akin at makita niya ako sa ganitong ayos.
Naghahanap na ng paraan niya para makausap si Maria Clara eh.
Todos vosotros, itong tandaan ninyo. Magbabayad ang hayop na tulisan na yan hanggang kamatayan, hasta la muerte. Ipagagarote ko siya at kung sino man nakakalaban sa sugo ng Diyos. Os lo juro! Con el Kapitan, eskwela para sa mga bata. Isang mestiza de sanglay na nakikipagtalastasan con el Kapitan, eskwela para sa mga bata. At pati na sa mga kababaihang dukha. E además, cantan en español. Diyos mio! Ano na ba nangyayari sa mundong ito? Ay.
Padre, mula po na nagpadala ng telegrama sa inyo ang kura, marami na hong naganap sa paghahangad ni Senyor Ibarra na matayo ang eskwela.
Sa tono ng pananalita mo, para bang nagtagumpay na ang mga diablo? Mula ba nung dumating dito yung kurang yan? Sa tingin ko'y parang lalong napabayaan ng bayan. Dime la verdad. Ano bang ginagawa niyang kurang yan para mapabuti ang kalagayan ng bayan?
Kasalukuyan po siyang naglilibot ng bayan sa paghahanda ng fiesta natin, Padre.
Kung hindi ka ba namang isang tontong idyo, hindi yan ang ibig kong sabihin. Sige na. Habang nagpapahinga ako, kaya-kayang sundin ng makitid mong utak ang ipag-uutos sa'yo ng dati mong kura?
Para po sa inyong reverensya, kung ano man ang utos ng aking unang kura, kailangan masunod.
Muy bien, muy bien. Hindi ka pa rin nagbabago. Diyos te bendiga.
Mabuti naman at nadalaw ka, Crisostomo. Dito ka na lang kaya mananghalian.
Maraming salamat po. Nais ko lang kamustahin ang inyong lagay. Lalo na't ang aking kapantay sa buhay.
Mabuti naman na aking pakiramdam. Gracias.
Ako hindi. Dahil nababagabag pa rin ako sa nangyari sa hapunan kagabi. Pasensya ka na sa aming kriyada, ha? Napaka-iskandalosa. Nasira tuloy ang inyong pagpupurong kasama ng mga opisyales.
Wala pong dapat ipagpasensya, Tia Isabel. Ang katunayan ay hindi naman nakagulo ang nagawa ni Miss Cly. Sa halip ay nakatulong pa to para makakuha ko ng support ang aking kinakailangan para sa aking pinatatayong eskwela.
O hindi kaya dahil doon sa napukaw mo ang mga bisita dahil sa malaanghel na tinig ng mga batang dinala mo?
Iyon din po. Pati na rin ang kahanga-hangang gilas at tatas ni Miss Cly. Buenos dias, Binibining Cly.
Yan yung mukha ni
Good morning po, sir. Senyorita Maria Clara.
Sana ay maayos ka.
Sana.
Clay, Clay, mas mabuti siguro na dalhin mo na sa kusina ang iyong mga pinamili. Malapit na rin ang oras na pananghalian.
Ako rin nga pala yung nagpunta rito para anyayahan kayo sa aming lupain bukas sa gubat. Magkakaroon ng munting salo-salo. Kusa na ron ng mga magiging parokyano ng aming eskwela.
Gubat?
Opo. Dahil bukas ay mangingisda tayo kung kaya nagkarkila ako ng mga bangka.
Ito na
Nais
yan.
ko rin ipaalam sa inyong lahat na ang magiging katuwang ko sa pagiging punong abala bukas ay walang iba kundi si Maria Clara.
Ako? Magiging kasama mo sa pamumuno bukas sa salo-salo?
Why not, bro? Nobyo mo yan.
Bakit hindi iba riyan? Bakit ako?
At bakit naman hindi?
Yeah.
Kung malugod mong tatanggapin ay kailangan ko sana ng tulong. Nang sa gayoy, mas maging matibay ang suporta ng mga parokyano sa ating eskwela.
Crisostomo, malugod kong tinatanggap.
Clarita, kaya mo ba yung ganong responsibilidad?
Ngunit tiya, gusto ko sanang subukan. Matagal ko na rin hindi nakikita ang lawat ng gubat.
Hindi ko alam. Pag-iisipan ko, medyo napagod ako doon sa ating pagtitipon.
Ngunit tiya Isabel, pumayag na ho kayo. Lalo na't paparating na rin ho si Papa at ang Ninong para sa pista. Naisa na namin ni Crisostomo na lubusin ang pagkakataon na ito nang tayo-tayo lamang magkakasama.
Yeah, bakasyon naman kayo, bro. Isang malit na bakasyon lang.
Siya. Pero kung una, kondisyon, hindi na pwedeng gumawa ng kung anong kabalbalan itong si Clyde.
Wow.
Dahil ikaw na ngayon ang punong abala. Komprendes?
Si tiya.
Maaari ka ba kumuha pa ng ibang pagkain sa kusina?
What the hell?
Padre.
Muntikan ko na malawa yung kape ko, ha? Pakita na naman tong salvahe na to.
Huwag pa rin bantayan mo si Maria Clara. Dahil baka hindi lang ang puso niya linalason ng lalaking yun kung di ang kanyang isipan.
Si se lo quiere, padre.
Kakailanganin namin ni Crisostomo ng tulong dahil siya ang aking katuwang sa pagiging punong abala sa pagtitipon.
Naisip ko kasi yung mga bisita eh. Imbitado rin ba si Kapitan Basilio?
Ano
Wow, Fidel.
Tinutugis na ba ang tulisan na yun?
Gandang araw, senyorita.
Let's go, Elias. Yun pala yun. Okay. Okay. Ichasma. What? Ichasma? Ichasma. Okay. It is much, maybe a smaller episode compared to the last one. But because, itong episode na to, it feels like, it's trying to build up the next set of stories na makikita natin in the future. Which is good. Which is good. It means na parang ramdam ko na naman na parang isang refresh, from Caesar's transformation, yung lunar eclipse, yung Clyde's causing a scene sa dinner. Ito na yan, another refresh. There's a set of new things to look forward to in the coming episodes, which is something that I'm really excited about. Now that there is even a bigger threat para sa tatlo nating main characters kasi nandito na si Padre Damaso, more angrier than ever. So, okay. Okay, pag-usapan natin yung sa scene na ito. Meron ditong scene yung nasa pinaka-first part mismo, which is ito. Man, this scene right here, it's kind of saddening, to be honest, kasi, you know, Tia Isabel was a character in the books na parang I didn't really care about. Pero dito, paano ba to? Dito it really feels like, you know, Tia Isabel is the one holding the keys of Maria Clara's cage bilang isang nakulong na ibon. And it's sad because dahil kay Clay, Maria Clara is now open to try and discover new things about sa kanyang pagiging babae, di ba? But Tia Isabel is here. She is very pessimistic about it. And, you know, she's the one holding Maria Clara back, di ba? Pero, in this time's context, di ba, si Tia Isabel ay nakakatanda. Usually, yung mga people around this age, nasa point na sila ng buhay nila na komportable na sila about what's the standing of society. Kung ano yung normal during this time. And justifiable na natatakot si Tia Isabel para kay Maria Clara because Maria Clara is treading new waters. You know? And with new waters, it means na either lulubog si Maria Clara or aahon siya sa tubig na yun. Natatakot si Tia Isabel na baka malubog si Maria Clara in that sense. And, you know, ganyan yung mga pananalita ni Tia Isabel kasi nga, she only cares about Maria Clara. And from her perspective and from her experience, it's better to stay low or to lay low as a woman during this time. If you try to stand up, diba? Like what Cly's been doing figuratively and literally on the last episode, then again, it will lead to consequences. Diba? Kasi nga mahirap maging babae during this time. But yeah, as much as I don't like I like the Tia Isabel character. I just don't like na, you know, kasi ako yung taong parang forward thinking, progressive, ganun. And I'm always open to try new things. I always encourage others to try new things, to go out of their comfort zone. And that's why I also like the Tia Isabel character. Kasi nga, you know, Tia Isabel is an obstacle. It's an obstacle that Maria Clara has to handle. Diba? Kaya, you know, in a hero's journey, yung it's one sorry. Oh, may ano sa lalamunan ko. It's one way to write. Wow! Ano yung nasa lalamunan ko? Sorry. Okay. In a hero's journey, usually main character, in order in order to achieve something bigger. Sa story na yon, yung main character, ang magulang niya ay namamatay sa story or pinanganak siyang orphan, 'di ba? Walang magulang. Kasi that main character wouldn't be able to achieve bigger stuff while their parents or while the guardian is right there trying to block their way. This is Maria Clara's current state of her hero's journey. Okay? She wanted to achieve more things, but there's a blockage, which is Tia Isabel. And another thing that blocks her from doing it is the societal norms during this time. And this scene right here, it also reminds me of, I think this mirrors the thing that we have in real life right now. Diba? For some reason, itong si Maria Clara, she wanted to find news sources that might be legitimate, diba? On how she is going to grow up as a person. Pero si Tia Isabel is like, she's very conservative and she's like, I'm not sure about that. Just do whatever you've been doing for the past ilang taon na ba si Maria Clara dito? Ano yun sa lalamunan ko? Bakit parang nawala yung train of thought ko. Sorry guys. Hindi ko alam kung ba't ako inubo. Taragis may langgam yata sa lalamunan ko. Sorry, nawala yung train of thought ko. Pero anyways, what I'm trying to say na understandable. Nga lang. Kuha lang tubig. Be right back. Oh God, feeling ko ako si Kapitan Basilio ngayon. Nabubulunan. Kaya nagdalaw ng Max, Candy. Pagkatapos ko inumin tong kape na to. But anyways, this is a good scene. I'm just happy na Clay noticed na Maria Clara is now trying to process the information that Clay gave to her. At least, Maria Clara is now aware na isa nga siyang ibon na nakakulong. And, let's just see how the writers are going to handle this part of Maria Clara's hero's journey. And, ano po yung pwede pag-usapan dito? Pagdating naman dito sa part na to, yung nasa simbahan si Clay, na-mention ko na yung lumabas yung bagong kabanata ating, diba? Yung nagsimba si Clay at may papel na lumabas sa bagong kabanata after the lunar eclipse. Sabi ko, ang theory ko ng bagong kabanata ay mas magiging malaking role ni Clay sa story na to. It's not going to change the story from the books. Pero Clay's name and Clay's actions ay kakalat sa buong San Diego. Turns out na we are slowly seeing that kasi nga kumalat na yung balita na isa siyang witch. Diba? And nakita natin sa tatlong babae na nagsisindi ng kandila dito. Hindi na siya minor character in this story, pero isa na siyang major character that will influence all of the characters' choices and actions, while at the same time, if we are going to believe what the writer said, while at the same time, her actions will again affect the actions of the other characters, while at the same time sticking with the main story of No Limit Tangere, diba? So, kung tutusin, basically walang changes. Kasi kung ang ending ng No Limit Tangere ay pareho sa Maria Clara at Ibarra na show, walang changes din, diba? Pero the show itself wanted to show us na somehow her actions will lead to the choices of the characters in the books and stuff like that. Di ko mahirap explain, pero basically it will give us parang illusion, diba? It will give us the illusion na Clay has been influencing the minds of the characters in the story and the entirety of San Diego, to the fact na dahil kay Clay ito yung ending ng ng show na to. You know, I think yung mga book readers, I think yung mga tao hindi nagbasa ng libro, kapag natapos na yung show na to at nakita na yung ending and they decided to read the books for the first time, I'm pretty sure na magugulat sila na, what? Yung ending sa libro pareho sa show? Akala ko ba malaki influence ni Clay sa storya? Akala ko ba gumawa si Clay ng panibagong alternate timeline dahil sa mga actions niya? But it turns out, hindi. Yung mga pinagagawa lang ni Clay were only stuff that lead to the actual ending in the books. Diba? I hope I'm making sense, pero mahirap explain, pero yun ang mindset ko ngayon. Mahirap lang i-vocalize yung nasa isip ko ngayon. Pero yeah, there's the thing. And na-mention ko din kanina yata na baka makilala ni Padre Salvi si Clay sa kanyang boses. And turns out, a few seconds later, yeah, medyo nakikilala ka ni Padre Salvi. And this is actually their first time meeting face-to-face. So, it feels like this is not going to be the last time they are meeting. They would surely meet in the future. This is just setting the foundation na at least si Clay, at least si Padre Salvi ay aware sa existence ni Clay. Okay? And given na si Padre Salvi is teritoryo niya yung San Diego, I wouldn't be surprised if Padre Salvi is going to send a spy to specifically follow this character, diba? Pero hey, we have Andeng anyways. So, baka itanong ni Padre Salvi kay Andeng, may nakilala akong babae sa simbahan, ganito yung tsura, in-check, na ganyan, parang mukha siyang in-check, ganun stuff. Sabi ni Andeng, yeah, exactly, yun si Clay mismo. Yun ang mismong pinsan ni Ibarra. Then, that can only lead to many other things, diba? So, again, just like I said, Padre Salvi is Padre Salvi is very sneaky. And that is his main weapon pagdating sa ganitong story. And yeah, it's just I'm also happy to see that at least si Clay, she is fighting herself, knowing na nasa loob siya ng isang nobela. So with that in mind, curious talaga ako whether yung idea na okay, nasa loob nga ako ng nobela na to, should I try to keep on convincing everyone na kung ano yung pinagagawa nila ay kung ano yung societal norms during this time ay mali, stuff like that. Kasi anyways, isa nga tong nobela, diba? Whatever kind of change that Clay is trying to do in this story will never affect the future of these characters, kasi nga, just like I said, the ink is dry, diba? itong lahat ng characters dito sa story na to, hindi natin sila nakita bilang bilang matatanda senior citizens in in other Jose Rizal books, because it didn't, yung El Filibusterismo mismo ay all I can say now, we didn't reach that part kung saan lahat ng mga characters dito ay matatanda na and stuff like that. Pero anyways, yun ang opinion ko about this scene right here. Pero it was like simply scary, especially when si Mana Clara, si Clay, maliit siyang tao, and Padre Salvi is just towering her. Given na si Padre Salvi ay isang sakitin, para siyang mahina, lagi may eye bags and stuff like that, he is still very scary. And saan ba yung ano na yun? Ito. He is simply very scary kasi nga matangkad na tao na to siya, no? It just shows na, hindi ko makita yung frame dito pero it just shows na kailangan ilugar ni Clay yung kanyang mga actions, kasi it's one thing to show your message to a group of powerful men, of higher class people, pero it's another thing to show your message to a group of frailes, to a group of priests. It has larger implications sa kung ano yung pinagkakalat mong balita, especially when yung balita mo mismo ay against sa simbahan during this time. So that's just simply, Clay needs to be aware of that. But yeah, I'm also curious to see more of the Padre Damaso and Padre Salvi dynamic. While there is this spark of rivalry between the two of them, I'm just afraid that, him, Padre Damaso, and Padre Salvi will just team up to mess with Ibarra's life. Diba? But at the same time, it's, kung talaga may pakialam si Padre Damaso kay Maria Clara, then how is Padre Damaso going to handle Ibarra as a person? Kasi basically, ang pinakamalaking kalaban dito ni Padre Damaso other than Elias ay si Ibarra mismo. And the fact na nobyo ni Ibarra si Maria Clara, and si Padre Damaso naman inaanak niya si Maria Clara, then Padre Damaso has that kind of conflict that he made by himself. So we'll see. We might see some kind of character development for Padre Damaso. But so far, Padre Damaso is simply isa siyang Diablo. So far, wala akong nakikitang sense of humanity sa kanya, but I think that is the point. Like, the writers wrote him as someone now we will never see any signs of humanity at all, even though isa siyang pare, diba? And it's the same thing with Padre Salvi. Padre Salvi, isa din siyang Diablo. And para sa akin, mas malala si Padre Salvi kasi of yung pagnanasa niya para kay Maria Clara, diba? And again, the dynamic here that Jose Rizal was able to set up. Like, everything is so connected. This is like a family drama, diba? We are watching a family drama. May small agreement si Padre Damaso at si Salvi na, Ibarra kinda sucks para sa kanila. Pero si Padre Salvi may gusto kay Maria Clara, which is inanak ni Padre Damaso. Everything is mixed up. So I'm just really excited for the next set of episodes. But yeah, a smaller episode today, but hey, we were still able to discuss a lot of things about this episode itself. So that's my reaction to this episode. Leave some of your comments so that I can reply to them tomorrow on episode 38. And what do you guys think? See you around, you guys. Take care. And probably this is the longest reaction video that I've ever made in a while. Goodbye, you guys. Take care and wash your hands. Goodbye.